Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to Buckeye Wars. So, El Dorado Hills. El Dorado Hills translates to the Golden Hills. We were nestled right in the middle of where all of the gold rush for California happened back in the 1850s. And this really excited my dad because he knew that gold was everywhere. And he wanted to learn more about it and teach his kids all about it. So we took a trip up the hill a little ways to Coloma, where the gold was discovered back in the, I think it was 1848 or 1849, by James Marshall. It was. He discovered gold at his sawmill in Coloma, California. So Dad took us there, and it's now a state park, and it's got a replica of the sawmill, and it shows where he found the original gold that started the entire gold rush to California. And there's a museum there, and we did the museum. We watched some videos. We walked through and looked at the displays and so forth. And basically, we got the gold fever. And there was also some vendors right there in the Coloma area that had little shops that sold little vials of gold and gold jewelry and mining supplies. And it was very exciting for the family and for Dad to know that if we took a little time, we might be able to find our own gold. So Dad purchased a couple of gold pans that, surprisingly enough, were purposefully rusty. And he was told that the rust on they were metal and rusty, and he was told that the rust within the pan kind of stops the gold from sloshing out over the edge when you're panning. So he went along with that, and we had some really old-looking rusted metal gold pans. Quite frankly, they might have been the ones that were from the gold rush. I think he was conned a little bit, because nowadays I do some gold panning myself, and the pans aren't metal. But nevertheless, we went down to the neighboring waters of Coloma, not in the state park, but outside the state park. Actually, we might have done it in the state park. And we really didn't know what we were doing. We would take handfuls of sand or dirt or whatever and throw it into the pan, and then go to the water's edge and slosh it around and try to find us something sparkly. Now, if you know anything about geology, and you know about the makeup of the rocks that you're liable to find near the water's edge along the river, you'll know that mica and pyrite, also known as fool's gold, is prevalent. It's everywhere. And it's a little bit lighter than gold, but it's going to show up in your pan, and it's going to sparkle, and it's going to make you think you got a ton of it. And that's exactly what happened. We found sparkly, and we gathered it up with the tips of our fingers, because we didn't have the proper tweezers or a snuffer bottle that will suck it up and separate it out and so forth. But we were poking it with our fingers and putting it in little vials that we had purchased. And we put that all together, and we had a good little amount in the vial. Now, Dad had also befriended a jeweler in Old Folsom, which was another town nearby El Dorado Hills, and he had purchased some gold jewelry from my mother. Very nice stuff. A little vial, if you will, that was in a necklace. It was shaped about the size of a nickel, and excuse me, it had water in it and some gold nuggets. Beautiful necklace, and the jeweler's name was Clancy. And I remember my dad would say, "I'm gonna go see Clancy. Go get you some more gold jewelry, because it's beautiful, and I need to put it on my honey." And nevertheless, Clancy knew gold. So we had this vial of gold that we had just found at Coloma, and we took it into Clancy to see, how much is it worth? Did we really find gold? Look at what we found. And Clancy took and he poured that out so that he could look at it closely. And he poked at it a little bit, and it broke apart. And gold doesn't break apart. And he said, "I'm sorry, guys, but this is mica. This is another form of rock that you're going to find in the area, but it's shiny and beautiful. But sorry, guys, it's not gold." Disappointing. Kind of disappointing, but boy, did we have fun. And thank you, Dad, for taking us to look for real gold where it was found in